the best thing about being in the country and moving up here is just being able to cook the food from the farm, being able to source food from our neighbors, whether it's eggs or meat, and go out into the wild and combine that all together and have this food experience that's just amazing. And this crop right here, this is a wild leek, and it grows in the woods in shady areas, and it's just got the most amazing smell, and it tastes like it smells, and you don't need a lot of it. And the wonderful thing about this, I mean, this is seasonal eating to me, is the ramp, because it only lasts for 3 weeks. And we look forward to it coming, and then we can make risotto or pasta or homemade pizza you can put it on. You can make ramp butter and save it for a little bit longer. Pickled ramps are just amazing. There's just so many things you can do with it, and it's just such a wonderful thing. And it's made even more wonderful because it only exists for such a fleeting moment. And so you're kind of forced to eat seasonally when you're just gathering things from the farm and from the wild, and even things like eggs from your neighbors. There's a period in the winter where you're kind of going without eggs because chickens stop laying unless they're factory chickens where they're under lights. And this patch right here in the middle of the woods, we started. When I was coming up here fishing, I planted a few of these, and they spread. I used to go out into the wild to get them, and now I can just hike into the woods and get our own, which is really, really nice. Very hard to harvest though, because it's so rocky here, because they actually go pretty deep. But you can harvest just the leaves, I think. But this part's really the best, this root. Looks a little bit like lily of the valley. So this is our family plot, I guess, of rams. And for us to keep it producing for us for the next 20, 30, 40 years, we only take about 10% each year, and it only gets bigger. And if you want to maintain your own plot, that's kind of what you want. It's just 10% of it. But in commercial, if someone's doing it commercially and going out into the woods, they're very delicate. They're easy to remove them all because they grow very, 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 very slowly. It takes a while to reintroduce them again. They're very picky about where they grow, and I think it takes about 10 years till they produce seed. I haven't seen our patch produce seed because it's not that old, but I have seen the ones that do produce seed, and it does take a while until they actually do that. I'm not sure if it's 10 years, but it is a while. This is a wonderful addition. This is Fiddlehead, a patch that we planted. We have some here and some farther into the woods. And you know, I just take a few of each plant, and the plant will still be fine and still continue to grow. And these are just wonderful.